Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be talking to you about why brides carry a bouquet.
Did you ever wonder why? I never have, but do you know the reason? Or?
I'm going to tell them.
Yeah, that's true. I meant before we did some research and looked into it,
I kind of knew.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
A beautiful bouquet is like the cherry on top of your bridal look cake. But have you ever wondered why brides carry one at all? We're here to tell you about the history of one of our favorite wedding traditions, the bridal bouquet.
So if this is the first time that we're meeting, I'm Luke and this is Bethany. We're from Loft Studio. We're a husband and wife team that specialize in wedding, photography, and videography.
We also have a passion for helping others take their business to the next level. We release videos like this every week on strategies you can use to get more clients and get paid doing what you love.
So go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of this. So Bethany, the power of flowers. Every woman loves flowers. Do you agree?
I do.
Not only receiving them as gifts, but also to decorate their home, to wear, but even more so as a bouquet to carry to complement her wedding gown and one of the most memorable days of their lives. The bridal bouquet is an essential part of the modern bride's outfit. Obviously, we see a lot of brides and bouquets. I don't know if we've actually had a wedding without a bouquet. Maybe. But whether it's a lavish, opulent affair or a simple garden wedding at the family home, it's true that the flowers add visual beauty and a touch of romance to the wedding. So, are there any deeper reasons for their presence? Let's find out.
The roots of ancient Rome. A bride carrying flowers has its roots in the ancient times. In ancient Rome, brides carried or wore flower garlands, believing that flowers signify new beginnings, fidelity, and hope of fertility. In the Middle Ages, strong-smelling herbs and spices were thought to ward off and drive off any evil spirits or bad luck, ill health, and to help mask the smell of body odor.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it was?
Yeah. So it's often composed of herbs, actually not flowers, and dill was especially popular since being the herb of lust, its consumption by the bride and groom during the reception was thought to increase sexual desire.
That's funny. So not only does it cover up BO, but you can eat it as like an aphrodisiac or whatever later.
Get those dill pickles going.
So now we're moving on to the Victorian times. So during the Victorian era, the flowers became part of the wedding bouquet that has continued until today. The modern version of the bridal bouquet was popularized by Queen Victoria, who married Prince Albert. Carried a toozy-moozy, a tiny round clutch of flowers in a filigree holder filled with moss and orange blossom. In Victorian times, lovers often sent different flowers as a way of expressing their love. Each flower had a different meaning. I don't know if that's the same with bouquets, but in exchange soon became popular and it was linked to romantic love. So flowers equal love, obviously. Flowers became part of the wedding ceremonies because of this romantic association. So the more flowers you have at your wedding, the more love, I guess it means you have. No, I'm just kidding. Brides carefully choose flowers for the sentiment they represent, and the blooms she carried became her flowers for the rest of her life. Oh, maybe that's why people keep their bouquets, how they put it in resin or they flatten it or whatever. That's kind of cool.
So the modern days. However, in modern times, charming as they may have seemed, the old traditions have been almost forgotten, with brides now selecting flowers for the beauty of their colors, fragrance, and shape. The bouquet is the bride's ultimate accessory and greatly adds to the overall appearance of the day. The bride's selected blooms are a way for her to express her personal style, taste, personality, and an essential complement to her gown. I know that whenever I'm talking to brides and grooms, especially if a bride is really just trying to keep things as, budget friendly as possible or low key as possible, really small weddings especially, The flowers is often the one that gets cut, but it's always the one that I recommend, no matter what, whether you're wearing, a $50 gown or a $5,000 gown, holding a nice bouquet of real flowers is really what's going to bring the whole look together. A bride and groom standing together without flowers or a bride and groom standing together with flowers, I'm always going to pick the flowers.
It's true. It does add that extra dimension when you're doing bridal portraits, when you're doing other things. It's nice. It's like you get some different variations of looks, especially when you have a bride standing there by herself. The flowers just do add a lot to that and tie in some of the colors of your wedding, especially when, your dress is white, but then how do you know when you're taking photos of just you, what your colors, your themes, those different things of your wedding can all be captured by the bouquet. I think it's a good addition, and I like that the bouquet then extends down the line to all the bridesmaids too. So there's a lot of cool shots that we can take with flowers. Doing the bouquet toss, I know it's kind of like old school now, but it's always really cool. So it's another like practical use of. I'm a practical guy.
Except they don't actually throw it. I don't know if he probably doesn't know this, but we actually usually get a second bouquet for the throw. They don't throw the real bouquet anymore.
What? Why not?
Because it's too beautiful and too big, and if you want to keep it,
that's true. That's true.
You want to throw like the the throw one.
They make a throw one?
Yeah.
I thought you didn't just grab like one of the bridesmaids ones.
I guess you could do that too.
Yeah.
But a fun thing that you can do with your bouquet and your bridesmaids' bouquets is actually double them up to be decor on your wedding table, which I've seen a lot of, and I think that that's a really good idea. Plus, it's a great way for the flowers to get put in water, so that way they can last throughout the rest of the night. And I do recommend as well that if you are going to have flowers, make sure that you hire a professional. One of my main things is that understanding flowers is a whole different world, and of course we can YouTube it, and kudos to people who do, but on your wedding day it's nice to have something that is just done and delivered and is going to stay together for you. We've actually had it where a bride's been walking down the aisle with her DIY bridal bouquet and blooms have just been falling out of it. So I just do not recommend that you DIY if you can avoid it. Obviously everybody can't DIY, but this is definitely something that I think that you should splurge on.
And one more thing, since we're talking about flowers, the boutonnieres, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Guys, learn how to do a boutonniere. If you're gonna get pins, know that beforehand, YouTube it, whatever. Or one of my favorites is now you can just get it with magnets. And the magnets are so much easier. Everyone knows how to do magnets, There's so many times.
They still fall off, but
Anyways, I'm tired of doing people's boutonnieres, so if you, I will do it. It's an extra charge.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's not. We just get asked a lot to do ties and boutonnieres, especially me going to all the groom preps. You may not get too much, maybe fixing like dresses and stuff. It's more your thing,
it always goes over the heart. If you're not sure where it goes over the heart. It goes on the actual lapel area. That's exactly what it's for. And it doesn't need to be too high. It's not up here. It's not down here. You really want it to be, again, right where your heart is.
And if it's 2 pins, remember 1 pin from behind goes in, and then the other pin comes from underneath, goes in.
Yeah, and that'll keep it there and it won't fall off all day.
So we just, those are some amazing information. We went through the history of the bouquet. It used to be about BO. It used to be an aphrodisiac, and then it was made popular to represent different flowers, different things, and now it's just whatever you want, to be honest. It is just really cool to have. It's a great accessory, and like Bethany said, real flowers, you can't really compare it to it. They're just so beautiful, and we hope that you find somebody to make yours and have the greatest day with it, And at the end of the day, it's just another thing, Don't care about it too much.
But a little.
Yeah. Obviously, it's your story against mine. You had a giant bouquet. I remember that for our wedding. It was
I wanted
explosive.
it massive.
Yeah.
I wanted it unique and massive, and it was all about that bouquet. Once again, thanks for watching. We release videos like this every single week, and we are so thrilled to have you here. So make sure you subscribe to our channel because that helps us grow. Like this video, leave a comment, do the drill, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.